Look up at the moon tonight. Do you see those dark circles? Those aren't shadows, they're scars. Each one a wound carved by a cosmic bullet. But here's the twist, scientists believe these weren't random accidents over billions of years. No, they may have all happened in a single terrifying storm, an apocalyptic rain of fire known as the Late Heavy Bombardment. Imagine it, our sky, lit by a ceaseless hail of rocks the size of cities, crashing with such force the craters are still visible today. If the moon was pummeled so violently, what about Earth? Did we survive by luck? Or by timing? That's the mystery we're about to unravel. But before we dive deeper into this cosmic crime scene, I need to ask, why are you watching from the shadows? Only a tiny fraction of you are subscribed. You've already stepped into this story. Don't leave halfway. Hit subscribe now, because what comes next might just rewrite everything you thought you knew about life on Earth. When the Apollo astronauts returned from the moon, they carried more than just flags and photographs. In their hands were pieces of the moon itself, rocks, silent witnesses to a violent past. At first glance, they looked ordinary, grey and lifeless. But under the microscope, they revealed something astonishing. Almost all had been melted by unimaginable impacts, then cooled into solid stone, and nearly all dated to the same narrow window of time, around 4.1 to 3.8 billion years ago. Think about that. Craters scattered across different lunar landscapes, yet their clocks all stopped at the same era. That discovery sparked a shocking idea. There hadn't been a slow drizzle of impacts, but a sudden, catastrophic spike. But here's where the story fractures. Not everyone agrees that the moon's scars point to a single apocalyptic storm. Some scientists argue those craters didn't all form at once, but stretched across eons, fading echoes of planetary birth. The evidence? Fragile, incomplete, because we've only scratched a few places on the moon's surface. Imagine trying to solve a murder with just 3 fingerprints and a handful of dust. Was the Late Heavy Bombardment a brief inferno or a drawn-out whisper of chaos? The debate rages, because if the theory is wrong, then the neat picture of sudden destruction collapses into something messier, harder to define. And in science, uncertainty isn't failure, it's fuel. Picture the newborn solar system. Not the calm, ordered dance we see today, but a swirling maelstrom of fire and dust. A colossal disk of gas stretched around the young sun, fragments colliding, fusing, exploding until chaos began to take shape. Within just 100 million years, this violent storm gave birth to the terrestrial planets Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Giant impacts forged worlds, one of them so massive it ripped a chunk from Earth and birthed our moon. But here's the strange part. Logic says the impact should have dwindled over time, each collision sweeping up more debris, leaving less to fall. Instead, billions of years later, the moon shows signs of a sudden resurgence, as if the universe pressed rewind and unleashed destruction all over again. To understand the mystery, we have to turn our eyes to the giants, Jupiter and Saturn. Today, they sit far from the sun, but evidence suggests Jupiter wasn't always there. In the solar system's infancy, it drifted inward, a colossal predator sweeping closer to where Mars now orbits. Then, something strange happened. Saturn was born. The two giants locked into a gravitational dance, Saturn pulling, Jupiter resisting, until the tug-of-war reversed Jupiter's march and sent it drifting back outward, but not without consequences. As Jupiter shifted, its immense gravity tore through the asteroid belt like a hurricane through a forest. Millions of rocks were ripped from their orbits, hurled inward toward the fragile young planets. What we see as the scars on the moon may be the echoes of this cosmic migration, Jupiter's reckless path written in stone across the night sky. Not all asteroids are created equal. Some are dry, stony fragments S-types born in the furnace of the inner solar system, made of silicate and iron, stripped of water by the sun's heat. But others, the C-types, carry a far darker secret. These ancient wanderers formed in the outer reaches where ice and carbon thrived. They are time capsules, rich with water and organic material, the raw ingredients for life. When Jupiter's migration ripped through the asteroid belt, it didn't just scatter harmless rocks, it unleashed both kinds. Stony asteroids brought metals that would shape Earth's crust, but the carbon-rich C-types carried oceans in their bellies. Every crater on the moon, every impact scar, whispers the same story. These were not just weapons of destruction, they were couriers, delivering the seeds of possibility across a hostile young Earth. If the moon was shattered by fire, Earth could not have escaped. The difference is that Earth hides its scars. 4 billion years ago, the planet's surface was still unstable, an ocean of molten rock cooling into fragile crust. Each asteroid strike tore it apart, but instead of leaving eternal craters, the young lithosphere recycled itself. Plates fractured, melted, and reformed, erasing the evidence like a criminal wiping fingerprints from glass. But make no mistake, Earth was hit, again and again. Every impact rained fire, boiled oceans, and turned the sky into a toxic haze of methane and ammonia. The violence is gone, but its memory lingers in the elements beneath our feet, in the restless movement of tectonic plates, and in the knowledge that our world was forged, not spared, by that storm. Those impacts weren't just blows of destruction, they were deliveries. Each asteroid carried gifts locked inside its fractured body. When they slammed into Earth's young crust, they seeded it with metals we still mine today: gold, nickel, copper, lead. Riches forged in the hearts of stars, scattered across our planet by celestial violence. But their most valuable cargo was invisible, fragile, and life-giving water. Had it come too soon, Earth's molten surface would have boiled it away into space, but the timing was perfect. The crust had cooled just enough to hold an atmosphere, oceans forming from steam that hissed out of craters. Picture it. Black basalt cracked open by glowing lava, while boiling rain filled the fractures with the first seas. Without those cosmic deliveries, Earth may have stayed barren, another dry rock drifting in silence. Life may have begun with a gift from the stars. Scientists now know that meteorites carry the very building blocks of DNA and RNA, delicate molecules that, under normal conditions, would burn away in our atmosphere. But during the Great Bombardment, massive asteroids plunged through the skies, shielding those molecules in their cores and delivering them alongside oceans of water. Earth's first seas became chemical cauldrons, stirred by impacts, heated by volcanoes, seeded with cosmic ingredients. And just as the storm faded, life began to whisper into existence. Yet here lies the puzzle. On Earth, almost nothing remains from that era. Our restless crust erased the evidence. To solve the mystery, we look upward. The moon, untouched by time, holds its scars like a library of stone. With each crater studied, with every sample returned, we inch closer to answering the oldest question of all: how chaos gave birth to life.